Hello to you all, Millie Lloyd, hope everyone is having a good day. It's Old School Gamer 1971 with my top 10 for driving games. If you would, please like, comment, share and subscribe. Spread the word, as it makes the channel grow and puts a big old smile on this old face. Post your list down below in the comments, I look forward to reading them. Okay, a bit of a disclaimer here. First off, this is a driving list and not a racing list, so it will be a nice mixture of games. So without further ado, my number 10, Carmageddon Max Damage, came to the PlayStation 4 in 2016 and was developed by Stainless Games. This is a fun game and as such should never be taken too seriously. The game reminds me of Death Race 2000 and that is a good thing, you know, the old Sylvester Stallone movie. Hey Jolien. This game has pedestrians and I have a car, and this game has red blood. I like me some running over pedestrians on a bad day. It is beautiful as they explode into an explosion of blood. However, this was not always so, as a little while ago, when idiots thought video games make you violent and impressionable young people would replicate their actions in the real world, so they censored it on PC in the real world. They changed pedestrians into zombies and gave them green blood, with different arenas to racing, and they are not at all the same. It is an arcade racer with a difference. It has remembered one key thing, that an arcade racer should be fun. It is a blast from my past and I for one am happy when this got a release. My number 9, Beach Buggy Racing, came to the PlayStation 4 in 2014 and was developed by Vector Unit. This has more than a couple of nods to Mario Kart, but it isn't supposed to be a clone, just a lot of fun. So this game has some weapons, the maps are varied and well designed. It can be a little unfair sometimes, but that just means you've got to get better at the game or get the upgrades. I like the game as it never takes itself too seriously. Up to 4-player split screen as well for when friends are around. There is also collectibles and they are sometimes a pain to get. I have seen a few reviews of this game. This did come out at the beginning of the PlayStation 4 life cycle. This is a fun little kart racer and it was also only a couple of quid, so it weren't even like it was released at a high price. Moving on to number 8, Trackmania Turbo, came to the PlayStation 4 in 2016 and was developed by Nadio. This is a ludicrous arcade racer. It is ludicrous both because of speed and track design. Just look at it, that track design. With many different types of cars to choose from and about 200 different challenges. That is a lot. With different play modes, most are fun. It has both online and split screen multiplayer. Add to it a creator track mode to make those even more mad tracks. I like this because it's eyes in the back of your skull fast visually, with fun as hell gameplay to match. It also came free with PlayStation Plus a couple of months back, makes it even better. Some of those tracks are really insane. I know I mentioned it earlier, but it is worth mentioning twice. And so we move on to Sleeping Dogs Remastered. Came to the PlayStation 4 in 2014 and was developed by United Front Games. And so we move on to an open world undercover cop game. with fast cars and even faster motorbikes, and a huge playground to race around in. It feels like blistering speed when you get the top end vehicles. However, the icing on the proverbial cake is that open world where it is a pleasure to drive around. You just want to drive everywhere. I've platinumed this on both PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4. I would love a sequel. And I don't mean that online crap, I mean a proper sequel. This was a spiritual successor to the True Crime series, and it really deserves that sequel. It is here because it is such a good game, and in no small part is this thanks to the driving. So get this game. It's a Bruce Lee movie inspired game with high speed driving bits. And also, by the way, it is Sleeping Dogs, not Watch Dogs. And we get round to my number 6, Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Came to the PlayStation 2 in 2002, PlayStation 3 in 2013 and PlayStation 4 in 2015, and was developed by Rockstar. And now we're on to my favourite GTA game as opposed to the best GTA game. This is the one I had the most fun playing. I will admit the actual driving itself is nothing special, but it has the most amazing soundtrack ever. It's driving around listening to 80s music covering many genres, and it's all pretty good 80s music at that. There is times where we just drove around listening to the soundtrack. One time a day I had a playlist wrote out, what station for which song and what to switch to get that best soundtrack. It was waiting for that playlist to finish to do a couple of missions before the playlist started again. My number 5, Trials Fusion, came to the PlayStation 4 in 2014 and was developed by Red Lynx. So from a game enhanced by the soundtrack to a motorcycle game, this is a 2D scrambling game where it's all about pulling those stunts and learning the right way to get the faster time. The tracks again are crazy, especially when you get 4 players racing at once, but the crazy tracks just add to that fun. For another thing, if you haven't noticed, graphically it is rather good. Also, its tracks are rather varied and interesting to play. It earns its place on this list because it is fun to play. Bring in the multiplayer and there are hours of fun to be had. It's a game I put on every now and again when I want some mindless fun for about 10 minutes or a couple of hours. Its biggest achievement is I never expected to like it, but I did. And so we move on to my current play, number 4, Far Cry 5. Came to the PlayStation 4 in 2018 and was developed by Ubisoft. When I am not travelling on foot and sending Boomer and Peaches to maim and kill their way through Hope County, the driving in this game is a lot of fun. My favourite is either the rig, the Widowmaker, the one with the machine guns on the front, or the quad bike. With mountain trails and rural roads, it's fun as hell to get around. And whilst next year this will be replaced by Far Cry New Dawn, it doesn't take away how amazingly fun this is to play. What I love is the mountains and the rural settings mean it's bouncing all over the road, and nothing quite beats racing down a mountain at breakneck speed. And there is a lot of opportunities to do this in this game. Plus also, running over enemies is fun in absolutely any vehicle. And my number 3, Mafia 3, came to the PlayStation 4 in 2016 and was developed by Hangar 13. This is my truck. Now I love my truck. it is quite quick. You might even call it fast as hell. This is the world, and this is quite a big world. You need vehicles like this, but you can't have this one to traverse that map. You can have quite a nice array of vehicles. It is kind of fun to run over enemies, not forgetting those pedestrians. Did I also mention that New Bordeaux looks amazing during the day, and at night it's just jaw dropping? Add to this the soundtrack, and did I mention the really nice truck that I own? That is really fast. PS, unlock it first. It might just be the best vehicle in the whole game. And my penultimate entry, Burnout Paradise, came to the PlayStation 3 in 2008 and the PlayStation 4 in 2018 and was developed by Criterion. This is really good. Other than number one, this is the most fun I have ever had, and it's a proper racing game to boot. It has traditional races, time trials, stunt races and smash damage challenges. So some variety then. It also has a varied map with interesting areas for you to explore. No racing game will be complete without a nice variety of vehicles, and this game has a lot, including motorcycles and even Ecto-1 from the Ghostbusters. This is a game I have had 16-hour sessions on, and those crashes are reason for it being here alone. This is a game that's only limit on fun is you. With collectibles, you can even go against your friends for high scores. Also, the multiplayer is a lot of fun. And then there's the alien car that is just beyond speed. And moving on to my number one, Mad Max. Came to the PlayStation 4 in 2015 and was developed by Avalanche Games. See, I told you it was on this list. I love roaming around this world in the Magnum Opus or the V8 Interceptor after the game is finished. The car combat is just fun as hell. Taking on those convoys is just nothing short of epic. It just looks so good. Destroying stuff and blowing stuff up, shooting people and punching people in the face is what you will spend most of your time doing. But it's the Magnum Opus that will take you from A to B. I basically played nothing else until I finished this, 6 months. I did glitch, so I had to restart 3 months in. So I just restarted happily. The grappling hook and groin launching is still a thing. It is in my wasteland anyway, and driving into the storm was beyond cool. It was awesome. Oh, and normally this is quite cheap because it's a 2015 game. Get it, you won't be disappointed. Well, that's about it for me today. If you like the list, there is plenty more content like this on my channel. Enjoy the rest of your day. Old School Gamer 1971 signing off.